Kate, you were saying, totally, I think it always comes down to cost benefit analysis. Yep. And seeing the bigger picture. Totally. We lose that in LOA, I think, because we get our glasses become too rose tinted too often. And then we get into simplistic thinking, just assume it's real, just stay in that high vibe state. Everything's going to work out and be beautiful. Meanwhile, all this internal shit, all of our, parts are coming up and fighting, and there's all this resistance. And it's like, just stay positive. Again, if you're able to just stay positive at that time, you've got to figure it out. You're all set. You're good. It's great. Awesome. Most of us, shit's going to come up and we have to process it. And a lot of this call has been about, and what we always talk about in these kind of things, is being okay with the processing and the process. Processing and the process, it's all good. We can accept ourselves where we're at, and we can process stuff, and we can aim ourselves to where we want to go. It's all good. You also, Kate, also recognizing that some things are just not a priority at the moment, and that's okay too. Exactly. Some things like we think, oh, we should be doing them, or I really want to be doing this. And then you sit down and actually reflect on it more objectively. You write a list, or, you write pros and cons, and you realize, I don't have to do this right now. Or I don't have to do this at all. Do I really care? Do I really care? And this comes back to the one thing. The one thing is about prioritizing about what you really care about in life in general, or in your business, in your relationships, in your health. Because when we're trying to do too many things at once, we don't prioritize the most important things. In the one thing, I remember him talking about how not everything's created equal. There are some things that are much, much, much more important to you than other things. And it's a fallacy and foolish to think that everything you're doing throughout the day is worth the same. It's not. There are things of unequal returns, and the things that are most important to you are what you want to focus on doing. Because honestly, there's plenty of things, if you don't do them today, it's not going to really matter. But there's some things you're going to feel bad about if you don't do them today, or you don't focus on them today. So, all this circles back to, the question that we started with, Darina's question about, like, what's the one thing I should do? And it's like, you should do what resonates and seems what is most important to you, probably, that's there for a reason. That's why in a lot of LOA teachings, they say, like, your desire is there for a reason. Your deep desire is like, that's the one thing, or like, that's the thing, that's the driving force. It's not like, it's like, like you want love in your life. It's not about, oh, having that perfect job so people love you. It's about the love itself, or like doing like all these different things to have someone love you. It's the love itself you want. It's not doing those things. You might do those things because it feels right for the love, but it's not doing those things in and of themselves. It's the love, right? And same with like the feeling of like peace or wealth or health or whatever. It like, subtract, don't add. Most of the time it comes much more down to subtracting and not adding stuff. Like it's much easier a lot of times on an emotional level if our to-do list is like love, instead of writing down 10 things that we have to do to make it so people love us. Like, no, like if you love and focus on love, you're naturally going to do stuff to other people that helps you love. And that doesn't mean you can't have a little to-do list, but you shouldn't sweat the small stuff. It's not about the small stuff. It's about the big, most important things. And I'm obviously speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to any of you guys when I say that. Uncommon common sense, or just common sense. I mean, come on.